everyone to today's video. Hope you're having a great day and hope you have been able to either ride before this video or are gonna go for a bike ride after. I know today's gonna be a good day because I am on my bike, but I did switch up my setup and now I'm on the Performance Vitesse again. So if you saw some previous posts and some shorts, my Diamondback, some of the components were kind of failing, giving me trouble, and I didn't want to put silver components on it. I've always wanted to put all black components, and I don't have the funds to do that right now. I decided to just put together my Performance Vitesse, and I really missed the bike, and it's even better than how I remembered it. But I did switch up a few components. So this time around, I was able to use the traditional drop bar shape with the ST-R 500 shifters. And this is how it's supposed to be. This is my personal opinion, but I really don't think the classic style STI shifters work with compact drop bars. Again, that's my opinion, but they just fit and feel so much better with the traditional drop bar shape. Plus the combination with the Nitto Pearl stem and the Mod 55 drop bars, looks absolutely stunning. Recently though, the weather has been pretty bad. It's been raining on and off almost every day, and the roads are just soaked. So I've been compromising the cleanliness of my bike, and I've been riding through the water, but wow, a lot of the road grime and sand stick to your bike so much. It just really gunks up your bike, and it sucks, but I'm willing to make a compromise if it means I can go a ride. You know, I've really been trying to diversify where I ride, but the problem is there is like no other bike lanes around this area. You'll run into the situation where you're riding on a bike lane and then it completely stops and there's not even a shoulder. You can either turn around or you can take the golf cart trail, but the problem with that is the concrete slabs are uneven, so you really feel it, especially on a road bike. See, and here's the perfect example. This street ends right over there. There's no bike lane, and it's so unsafe. A lot of people are going pretty fast on that road, so gotta turn around. Like I mentioned in my previous video, I'm still searching for a gravel bike, and it's been so difficult finding the right size and everything. And talking about not having bike lanes and having to take pretty beaten up paths and everything, it's just another reason why I really need to get a gravel bike. Now, embarrassingly enough, I did reach out to a few brands that do offer budget gravel bikes, and it's been quite some time and no one has replied. So I guess I got to do this on my own. Oh, that also reminds me with the camera falling down. The wind has been so bad, it literally feels like Vegas wind. Probably close to 20 miles an hour every single day, so I've been fighting that, but feels like I'm climbing a hill, so I can't complain too much about that. Actually, I do want to bring up my Shimano Tiagra 4400 group set. This is definitely a group set I always fall back on because it's just so good. Let me actually pull this aside and talk about it. Let me start out in the front because I already mentioned the ST-R 500 shifters. I already did a video on it. So they're fantastic, but they're not part of the 4400 group set. Again, that's another pair of STI shifters I just cannot find in good condition. So these are working perfectly fine, even though it's an 8-speed. The brake calipers, pretty standard. They work absolutely wonderful. And the only gripe that I do have with them is the alignment screw is actually Phillips head. So I do have a Phillips head bit on my bike tool, but I prefer an Allen key. That's a little more secure when you're trying to adjust it. But that's splitting hairs at this point because it really never needs to be adjusted because it's so good. Definitely have to match with the down tube shifter adapters in silver. Plus, I love that this is a second place for any adjustments on the fly because you can actually reach down. So if you have any shifting issues or rubbing, you can definitely troubleshoot while you're riding still. Now with this crankset, it has always been there for me pretty much. Any build, I will throw this crankset on, whether it be the fixed gear build I did or just putting it back on here, and it's never flexy. It stays straight. I don't see bending or anything like that. So this is probably one of my favorite square taper cranksets, but I might try something in the future that changes my opinion. But for now, these are fantastic. If I want to split hairs again, the chainring does say 9-speed, and I really like that logo. So once this chainring wears away, I haven't seen these pop up on eBay. It's very difficult. So it'll have to just be all black. Again, no big deal. It's just a tiny detail. The front derailleur works perfectly all the time. This rear derailleur is amazing. I can shift under load and it shifts perfectly fine. I've had it a little dirty, still shifts great, and it's not loose like my Shimano Sora R3000 rear derailleur that I can't use anymore. So this is definitely a quality rear derailleur, and if you happen to find it on eBay, I say go for it. But again, rear derailleurs on eBay are usually all scratched up, gunked up, and kind of not worth it. Also, new old stock brings higher prices that aren't worth it as well. So it's just kind of a scavenger hunt that you have to be patient about. Mentioning the gravel bike, I know everyone says any bike can be a gravel bike, and this is an open field, so I'm gonna try that right now. Yeah, that was extremely hard. I was in my smallest chainring, a pretty easy gear, and I was struggling there. So, can it be done? Yes. Is it ideal? Absolutely not. I didn't even remotely think about sitting down because I would just slow down so quick. But again, I'll just keep on hunting for that gravel bike. I had to turn around there because it was a school, but I do know one place that I can really get away from the roads. Side note, if you've been following me on Instagram, a few posts back with my Diamondback, I took a picture right next to a little forest and everything. Looked really cool, but unfortunately they've been destroying so much out here. I mean, this is what the forest looks like now. Yeah, it's a shame. It was really pretty, but I'm just very thankful I was able to take a few final pictures before they destroyed it. There's a little patch left, and I'm sure that's gonna come down by next week. Videos back, I said the Brevard County Zoo trail right next to it was not the best for riding, but honestly it's the only place for riding where you're not going off road and you're not riding a road with a poor bike lane or no bike lane at all. All right, I'm gonna end the video right here. If I keep going on this trail, there's a neighborhood and then it just kind of loops. Nothing past that. I've mapped out different trails that do exist. There are a ton of trails, but they're off-road, and of course I'm limited with this. So once I get a hold of this darn gravel bike, I'll be able to exponentially expand my exploration. Try saying that 10 times fast. Also, another life update. I may be looking at another place in Central Florida for my wife and I, so we're just waiting on the back and forth with that. And again, if I get the gravel bike now, I've already mapped the gravel trails out there too, so there won't be any delays with exploration. Speaking of exploration, There is a travel channel that's a little more specific to Florida called Exploration. If you're into that content, I highly recommend go check it out, their channel. They've been fantastic. They've supported my channel as well. So I really enjoy your stuff, watch all your videos, so I appreciate the support. And as for the rest of you, thank you so much for watching, liking, and commenting. I truly appreciate that. I say it a billion times, but I really mean it. It's been so fun. I love this community, and everyone just flat out rocks. So thanks again, and I will catch you in the next video.